Are you confused about the world today? Are you a vegan wondering why everyone eats dead, innocent, tortured flesh, drinks baby cow growth fluid, and eats chicken periods? Or are you, quote, a free person who is in reality a poverty-stricken, tax-farmed, debt-wage slave who votes for their next politician, tax farmer shepherd, thinking that they'll be the next change? Are you wondering why you and or nearly everyone else it seems is sick, dying, or acting strange or crazy? Why is it 2018 and the world is still corrupt, weird, polluted, toxic, radioactive, with plastic everywhere, garbage everywhere essentially, no flying cars, confusion, violence, and nonsense on mainstream media? There's also war, slavery, and extreme poverty and chaos in parts of the world, and even in your own part of the world. Um, what about all those crazy conspiracy theories? Well, I'm going to be blunt here. It's because people are basically lazy, greedy, selfish as fuck. And also, there's all the blatant fact that there's sociopathic, psychopathic, greedy as fuck criminals that have gotten control and hold of the power structures in society with government and economic control of some of their weapons. They also have the police and military backing them up, along with many teachers, priests, doctors, scientists, journalists, and the list goes on. It's called social engineering of the lazy masses with celebrities, and then distracting them with celebrities, movies, games, sex, alcohol, sports, other drugs, whatever it gives them, whatever they can talk about, but as long as they don't talk about certain things. Okay, so basically they distract them with that while they get more powerful. So yeah, most people are all banged up physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually because they're breaking natural law intentionally or unintentionally due to their lifestyle choices. They consume bad, unhealthy products. They're, don't exercise. They expose themselves to harmful chemicals like, the petroleum plastics and the, hours and hours confusing themselves and getting lost in the world of the internet and stuff like that with a bunch of like just confusing social media and just tons of memes and the list goes on like the whole uh what else is there like once again the drinking and shit like addictions and the list goes on here. So yeah, I suggest you learn about look out philosophy, psychology, sociology, legalese, and the language that's spoken by police and judges and stuff to confuse people into obeying. Like when the police say do you understand, and people say yes, that's basically that you're submitting to their authority essentially. So yeah, look into the legal name fraud, the Federal Reserve banking fraud, fiat currency fraud, false flag attacks, economic hitmen, social engineering, essentially mind control propaganda campaigns using fear and emotion to control people, along with also lies in the scientific community. Like manipulation, confusion in scientific studies. Look into nepotism, where basically powerful people are just, corruptly helping friends and families so they can get ahead and stuff like that. And also, the whole fascist thing of, the way corporations and the economy will mix in with government, and those will just like support us like, a dictatorship essentially, which is what we have pretty much worldwide now with all these, every country pretending to be a democracy where it's just essentially just more tyranny, which is a joke. And even democracy is just mob rule. So, it's just people forcing their opinions on everybody else. And their lives are not just their opinions, but actual things like you can't do this, you can't do that, you have to do this, you have to pay taxes. So yeah, it's a joke. I also suggest you look into how hemp can help us, like cannabis, for like cannabis and cannabis and hemp. Sorry for being so repetitive here. With food, fuel, shelter, clothing, medicine, recreation, or play, de-stressing, unwinding, etc. Cannabis is great for all those things. Look into it. It's incredible. It's been suppressed so long because it's capable of doing those things. Also look into Nikola Tesla with his free energy from tapping into the sun. Obviously with solar power, and of course this is really powerful, tapping into the Earth's toroidal electromagnetic field essentially that gives off just from orbiting and just from being a planet essentially. Quantum physics too is good with the particle wave theory and the observer effect and other things too with quantum physics like quantum entanglement. Very interesting stuff. We have to drop the idea that government banks dropping government and banks by switching to gold, silver-backed, community-owned currencies, like along with cryptocurrencies too that are also like kind of community-owned, like you can just mine for them, like Bitcoin for example. Also look into the fact that humans are physiological, psychological, monogastric herbivores. That's why, another big reason why people are sick, not just from the chemicals and pollution and the mind control and shit and the self-culling with the addictions like cigarettes and alcohol. It's also from the fact that people think that, they appeal to logical fallacies like tradition, futility, convenience, taste, all this stuff to continue to eat animal products, thinking that it's not somehow necessary or they're missing some nutrient if they don't eat animals. And it's not true. Sorry that a piece of paper fell off my desk. Yeah, it was basically, or tried to, I caught it, but basically is the whole fact that eating animal products is unhealthy for people because they're physiologically designed to not eat them. That's why people, like, we don't have kids going on field trips to slaughterhouses and factory farms, for like kill your own chicken day or something, and then like kids bring the chicken home and mom prepares it, or they eat it there, some shit we don't have claws, we don't have, large incisors, it's crazy. So people thinking somehow that we're physiological, psychological omnivores or carnivores is just absurd. This is why, you see these people that are, these quote gym rats that are, all natural or all natty or whatever you call it, and they're eating meat, dairy, and eggs every day, trying to get their protein, of course, and then they drop dead in the gym at 59 or 40 or even like younger than that, and because of a heart attack. And even before that, they're probably suffering from some sort of, oh, sorry, that was a text, I should turn my phone off here. They're suffering from some sort of, probably from like maybe back pain or fatigue or whatever, because they're just herbivores that are eating, dead, tortured, innocent flesh, drinking baby cow growth fluid, which is extremely unhealthy. Like humans are just not meant to be consuming any milk past, infancy. And also the whole environmental impact. Like, this is ridiculous. So yeah, like, humans are herbivores. Eating meat will never work. People think that they can evolve out of it. It just won't. Sorry. So yeah, sorry for ranting there. Yeah, stay tuned for my website. It's my obligation now and desire to do what I finally for a while now, I've been trying to look for my whole time, like in my 28 years on this planet. So yeah, stay tuned if you're interested in what I just talked about. I'll be talking about everything listed above and more. I'm getting into the whole like UFO thing and all the interesting stuff too. Like, this is going to be a fun thing to do, but mostly it's going to be focusing right now on Carnism and statism and veganism and anarchy. Essentially, there are no rulers, no masters. So yeah, but anyway, sorry for the crappy quality. I'm still figuring out my whole setup and editing right now. So yeah, I'll end this by saying, for freedom, truth, peace, health, animals, the environment, and the current and future generations and yourself, I urge you to please research and study critical thinking and history and science, and really see how veganism and anarchy or anarchony, basically like no rulers, no masters, doesn't mean no rules, is the way to go. We can't be free if we're all tax farmed, wage and debt slaves to a bunch of criminals that just send people to war for no good reason, and then going to war they just kill innocents along with maybe a few terrorists. And usually those terrorists were created by economic hitmen and paid people that go in there to support extremists and then even become extremists themselves to extremist leaders, I should say, to promote social unrest and chaos in these third world countries. And they come in saying, oh, we'll help you guys. So they play both sides of the chessboard. Like, you gotta see the chessboard for what it is. And they're playing chess with you all and everybody else who doesn't understand this. That's why the police and military are all gung-ho about all their anti-freedom bullshit. So yeah, if you like what I just talked about, basically my philosophy in life is do no harm but take no shit, and educate yourself, and wisdom, like, do what you know is right, not just think about it, do it. And that's why I'm doing this right now. I feel morally obligated, and I have the desire to do it too. Like, I think this is going to be lots of fun to pursue the truth too. Like, my main thing is going to be pursuing the truth. My channel eventually probably will become monetized here as I get bigger, but until then it's for free. So please just enjoy this as it is. And once again, I'll be getting a new mic here soon. If you don't like the quality of the sound right now, it will be getting better. So yeah, peace, love, freedom, vegan anarchy.